Okay. So we are live from the Scotchy Bourbon Boys studios. I'm Tiny. I gotta make sure. I'm pretty sure. Yep, the microphone's on. I will check sound in a second. Welcome everybody to the recap of the festival. Let's push this down a little bit. We'll get that in there. All right, we got that in there like that. Hopefully, okay. That's looking good. I hope I'm in it. We'll take. Can we go out a little bit or in? It only can go in. So there we go. I think that's looking pretty good. Let's take it up a little bit. How about that? Yep. All right, let's see. I'll put everything away. So we'll check out that, get it going, and we'll get this rolling for the festival. All right, here we go. Let's make sure YouTube is working. Welcome everybody on YouTube. Welcome everybody on Facebook. Hey, cheers. And I hope, Martin, you were able to share away. It's good to see you. All right, let's see. YouTube. Monitor YouTube. Let's monitor YouTube to make sure there's sound. It's always good to make sure the sound's working. All right, we're live. Click that. All right, sound is working. We started off. Welcome to the. I'm gonna Let's quick do the chat. Welcome to the podcast. We are recapping the Kentucky Bourbon Festival 2025. We monitor comments and we want to know what you're sipping on and where you're from. All right, there we go. Let me take this up like this. We'll get this up. Let me get this in so I can monitor the comments. There we go. Oh, cancel. All right, that's there where that needs to be. I'm here. Let's get this party started, everybody. Real quick, we're gonna do the sponsorship for everything's so good. And now I want to get in here a little bit closer. All right. For our sponsors, Whiskey Thief, Whiskey Thief Distilling Company in Frankfort, Kentucky, along with the Nulu location up in Louisville. Their tasting room, great experience, barrel pick all day, every day. Walter Zausch is just an amazing person. Thanks for your sponsorship. You got to get there either place. Fantastic. We went to the tasting room on our bus tour, and it was nothing short of spectacular. The actual whiskey there is unbelievable, and the addition of Lisa Roper Wicker has been perfect. There's been a couple really good honey barrels that were released that are a little bit younger, and you get to experience all types of whiskey and picks when you're there. And what you do is, for the price of admission, you get to taste from 5 different barrels. When we were there, they had a wheated bourbon, they had a rye, they had an older bourbon, which was 7-year, and then they had 2 4-year bourbons that were quite wonderful. You got to experience the whole gamut while you're there. So wonderful time at Whiskey Thief Distilling Company in Kentucky, Frankfort, Kentucky, and Nulu. Remember, they're like us. They're uncut and unfiltered all day, every day. And then we are also Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio. You got to get there. Their 72,000 square foot distillery is now open. It is producing, and it's nothing short of a miracle in the state of Ohio with their acquisition of Old Elk, the Old Elk brand. It's I don't know what to say. It's just awesome. And then what is going on? Why would this? That's dumb that that would do that. All right. So we're down there. We're looking for comments. Welcome everybody. Also, oh come on! What happened to YouTube? All right, I must have bumped it. I wonder how you go live. Hey, James Morgan. And then you got to get down there. If you're in the Columbus area, you got to check them out. They have their craft distillery open for tours and tastings. But then also the service bar restaurant is just amazing. What Ryan is doing there, Middle West Spirits, they are doing some fantastic stuff. And you got to check it out. Make sure you check out Middle West Spirits. They are on the shelf in all 48 states, and you can basically go to your local store and you can get their cast strength, their weeded bourbon cast strength, and then their weeded whiskey and their pumpernickel rye. All that the cast strength are just so fantastic. Check them out, Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio. And then also we are have or okay, Spirit of French Lick in French Lick, Indiana. Uh, if you're in that area, you got to check it out. The town is fantastic. Go there for the hot springs. Go there for the casino and the tenor, and make sure you stop off at the Spirit of French Lick uh, winery and distillery. Uh, they make some fantastic. They've made some fantastic whiskey. Alan Bishop was their main uh, distiller there, and his whiskey is still there, and you still can get it. Or you can contact me because we have a couple barrel picks that are I can get to you to taste, and we can work something out. So make sure that you check out the Spirit French Lick. Our William Dalton is amazing. I just had it the other day. It's some fantastic whiskey that Alan put out. So, and then speaking of Alan Bishop, if you have Ghosts, you have everything, and One Piece of the Time Distilling Institute on YouTube, and then on Spotify for If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything is a great podcast, combining the best of both spirit worlds, the spirit industry with the spirit world together, and stories, fantastic podcast, highly recommend it. And if you have any questions about the um, distilling industry, One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute is the thing you want to watch. Whether you're a home distiller, you're a craft distiller, you're a commercial distiller, Alan has the answers. So check out One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute. And as everybody knows, Alan Bishop is a very big friend of our Scotchy Bourbon Boys family. And then also, all right, so there you go. Let's get this rolling. We are going to start this podcast. There'll be uh a brief minute. Here we go. We're starting. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, we're here to have fun and enjoy. We're here to have fun. Woo! All right. Welcome back to another podcast of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Tiny here with you tonight. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, and we are back fresh from, or I am back. We got Super Nash on there watching away. He's got some work to do. CT was busy tonight with tasting, and so it's just Tiny tonight. But so I'm going to welcome everybody. Here's the boys. Tiny, I'm here. I'm ready to go. I would have to say that this podcast is going to be about a couple things, about how freaking awesome it is to go down to Kentucky Bourbon Festival, but then it's how awesome it is of the event that we make it and the amount of content that we capture. So the amount of content that we capture was unbelievable. This year, I felt like we pretty much professionally captured it. I don't know if I can professionally get it out. I'm going to do my best. I'm working with Knobs. He's helping me out do stuff. I'm loading stuff up. We're going to put together videos. We're going to do some things, and so we're going to get that Facebook, beyond the lives and the shorts. We are going to have some really kind of cool, informative, long, half hour, 45-minute shows that based off of the festivals that we go to. We got Bourbon on the Banks coming up the first week, Friday and Saturday, which I think is October 3rd and 4th. We will be there. We're working on leaving Thursday afternoon to get down there Thursday night for the Whiskey Thief party. And so we got Bourbon on the Banks coming up. But remember, www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Make sure you check it out. We've got the Glens and t-shirts. We just sold out of XL, so I don't know if we're gonna. It took us a while to get there, but we'll see. But then also remember, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, along with iHeart, Spotify, and Apple as far as the audio goes. But whether you listen to us or watch us, make sure that you subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and give us good reviews. Like, if you can go give us good reviews, good feedback, good reviews, those are very important. We're kind of need all you guys that watch us to, if you're listening to us or whatever, we give us good ratings, because that's something that helps out. We're really kind of getting big. We really have a decent size following now. I'm feeling like the group, what happened at Scott in Kentucky was amazing, and we had a lot of cool things. But one of the things, I'll get a refill. Carry on. I never see this, so okay. So James Morgan is on, and hey, man, he's never seen us, but thank you for being on. So tonight, the cool thing is that one, I'm going to quick review. So we started on Saturday before the festival, which was started Thursday night. But that Saturday, this is the day. Get up at 4:30, drive to Bardstown, go to a staff meeting for the festival, check into our Airbnb, head back up an hour and a half up to Neely Family Distillery, do a podcast there with Rebecca Neely in their speakeasy. Totally cool. We did a live and a podcast. Fantastic stuff that they got going on there. Got to taste some fantastic whiskey. And then we left there, and went to Revival Vintage Spirits and Bottle Shop in Covington, which is another 40 minutes north. There we had the Scotchy Bourbon Boys night. Brad Bonds put it out that we're going to be there. Some of our fans came. We did a podcast on the street that night, right from Revival. We also purchased the whiskey that the Mary. Oh, let's see if it's in there. Do I got it here or did I take it upstairs? I think I took it upstairs, so it's not here. But we bought a Dowling Deluxe from two of them from 1946, courtesy of Revival. Brad Bonds did this because he was sponsoring, got us a really good deal. I told him I didn't care what the bottle looked like as long as the whiskey was good, and it's because we had two um, buses. We needed two bottles, and we picked up two 1946 Dowling Deluxes Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, bottled in bond, 8 year. It was an 8 year. So it was distilled in 1938. We picked that up and then we drove the 2.5 hours back to our Airbnb and got back about 12:15, in the morning. And then got up the next morning, had this Sunday, had breakfast at 10 a.m. with we met her at the Bardstown Country Club to have breakfast with Sandy No. Went back to her house a little bit, and then to we headed up to no, that was Labor Day. So we stayed there. So after we finished there, we went and had dinner, 4:30 dinner. We went back to the Airbnb and then had a 4:30 dinner and met Walker and Randy Ford at Jim Beam, where we got there a little early. We were able to get a couple things. Uh, and Knobs, you're gonna really like what happened there. And then once we finished there, we went to the kitchen table, had dinner, and then got invited to Whiskey Thief. uh, Nash, myself, and Roxy left Jim Beam and went up to Whiskey Thief in Frankfurt, where we hung out after hours with Walter. As he said, "We're closed. Go thief yourself." So that was kind of cool. So we were at Whiskey Thief that night, and then we got back about. We were there till about 8:30, and then got back about 9:30 on Sunday. No, Monday was a different story. Monday was we went to, let's see, we went to, got to do something here. This is too tight. Ah, yeah, there we go. We went in the morning and what was it? We went up because Dave from the Bards from come on, Town Branch, which is the Lexington Brewing Company and Town Branch Distillery, invited us, reached out and said, you should check out, we're open Labor Day, do something, we should be able to do something. We went up there and Ben was the contact that we were trying to get a hold of, but we just showed up about 1 o'clock. And Steve was there, and Steve is the tour guide, and I showed him all the emails between Ben and Dave, and we ended up getting a great tour and a thieving experience. And their new thieving experience at Town Branch is fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It's nothing like Whiskey Thief. It's basically kind of like a throwback. The barrels are locked, they open each one up and then let you taste out of them. So it's a really kind of a cool experience. Steve our tour guide did a great job. And then we came back and cooked steaks out and made CT, who joined us at this point, um, eat tomatoes. That's funny. Inside joke right there. But so the Nash, I'm trying not to watch the game. I'm going to watch it in delay. Don't give me updates. God darn it. All right, that's that, but it is a good update, so I'm not going to complain. So then we finished up, had steaks that night, hung out with Sandy, and then we went back to the house and hung out by, I believe we started a fire that night, hung out by the fire. And then Tuesday, what Tuesday was, is we all had to help out. So I wonder why, because we had something after on Tuesday afternoon, and I'm trying to remember what it was. There was so much that we did. Because Wednesday was our bus tour. And I want to, and there's a gap there on Tuesday. What if anybody? Hey Nash, you should let me know what we did Tuesday night because it's the we went we helped and there was a reason we had to leave in the afternoon. We had to go do something. There was one thing that we had to do on Tuesday afternoon, and I forget what it was. But then Wednesday was our bus tour. Our bus tour was phenomenal. Walter Zausch came along. David Sandlin uh, from House of Commons, the bar. He owns that bar in Frankfurt. We had Amzi and Destiny. Amzi, thank you so much for that tasting of that Weller. Uh, Antique 107 from whenever. And then we had great pours. We had the Dowling on there. We had so many different things. There was the 50-minute drive up. We did those special pours. We then went to the Evan Williams experience where we had a great experience there. Then we went to lunch at the Pendennis Club. Walter went beyond. I mean, we're talking about had an old fashioned to start off, then went up and had lunch on a table that seated 28 people in their main dining room, then took us over to taste the Pendennis 25 Derby bottle. And then when we left there, which was, we're already at a fantastic experience, but we left there, went to Old Carter, saw Mark Carter and Christy Atkinson. They did a great job. I'm excited. We're going to be joining hopefully. um, we're working a really cool thing out with them. And then after that we went to Whiskey Thief, and I ended up there, and somehow Walter lagged behind and couldn't get out of Old Carter, and he came in a little bit late. And then we went to Old Louisville Whiskey Company, Old Louisville Whiskey Company. Um, and there we met up with Amin, and we got to taste through some really, really good barrels. So then it was we ordered pizza, and we went on. Oh my God. It's like, of course, we ordered. Let me see if I can get this back. I don't. It's just like go to YouTube. There we go. We were back had pizza, and back at the Airbnb where we started a fire and everybody sat around, mellowed out. But we all knew we had to get to bed early because of this Maker's Mark. We did a Maker's Mark private selection, but it was the coolest thing. The Maker's Mark private selection was insane. Uh, their their transformer had been hit by lightning the night before. It was a pretty intense thunderstorm that morning, and they had no power when we got there. I thought get a we weren't even going to get anything. And it was crazy that we got something. We got the tasting with no electricity at the lake house. They opened up the doors and let the natural light in. And actually, let me see. We were picking aft. We had an interview with Rob Samuels, and we did that in their offices to natural life. That was cool. Um, but let's see, where is it? Sanford Josephson was actually contacted me, and he was like, he was doing a selection on the other team without realizing it was us. And then he saw the the video and realized it was us and could hear himself on the video because we overlapped just a little bit. So that was really kind of cool. um those are the kind of things that are just amazing when you're running around doing things. Now, once we'd finished with the pick, we ran over to Limestone Branch Distillery, and I picked up something I've been waiting for a year. I picked up the Yellowstone infused Rocky Patel Yellowstone infused tobacco cigars that they did, that Stephen Fontaine's been talking about. I picked up my first ever box of cigars I purchased there. Then we went to the Trail Hotel, and Mal Ramos is such a fantastic host. We did a podcast from the Speakeasy that I'll be dropping, and alive. You might have seen that already. And then from there, we went to on our way home to go to Bourbon in the Air because this is Thursday, the kickoff of the festival. There was an accident which we came up upon where CT was in front of us, and he heroically went into the woods where this car had gone in, flipped over, was on its side, and he pulls a young lady out of her car. And as we're walking to see what happened, got out of our car in direct traffic because we're on a 2-lane, 55-mile-an-hour highway in the middle of a curve. He comes out with the girl in his arms, and thank God she was all right. But we all know that whether if the car was on fire, he would have done it. He just went in there and did it. It was amazing. And I still can't, I still am happy. I know Chris Thompson, CT, and he's part of our group because he's just an amazing guy. Now, we finished up with that. We still were able to get to Bourbon in the Air. This year, the for me and us, Bourbon in the Air will call is where you go to get all your emissions for the whole festival up front. And one year I had to wait, and I missed part of the bourbon waiting for the bands. This year was fantastic. All the bands were there. Everything that had to happen happened, and we were into the festival for Bourbon in the Air on time. The great thing about Bourbon in the Air is all the distillers are releasing some cool things, but the amount of people that come to Bourbon in the Air is restricted, and we buy the tickets for Bourbon in the Air every year because that is the calm night that we enjoy the festival because we shoot some video, we shoot some captures, we do a couple things, but we're pretty much relaxed and trying not to work. We're trying to enjoy that, but still capture what it is. And there's also a certain amount of bottles for sale. Now, I didn't buy any bottles that night. I figured I'd get them. What would you say? Organically through the festival. So the first morning of the festival, as a media person, the only people that are getting in line for the bottles are the president's VIP, and then the VIP at 11, and then general admission comes in for the bottles. With us and our bands, we really don't get in line until the general admissions let in, and that's when we are able to get in line with them. And the first day, there was a couple things I was trying for, and they release certain bottles, and so I wasn't able. I really didn't get anything the first day, but I worked, and the first day was hugely successful. We did 2 podcasts on the first day. Usually, I'm doing my scheduling, and I don't even do a podcast on the first day. KB, it was a good time. So was the Michter's Distillery Bar. Yes, Larry, the that Michter's just the when we went up, oh, I know what we did on Tuesday. We went to Amore, and on our way to Amore, we stopped at Michter's and we met Larry, who just commented, and we met him at the Michter's bar because we went up there and we were doing, and thank you for the pour of the Bombergers RFG, really fine grain RFG, I think. Yep, or RPG, whatever. That would thank you, Larry, for that. We appreciate it, and it was great to meet you also. it seemed like it was a very good time and met a lot of good people. So that's what we did that night. We went up to stopped at Michter's, then we drove up to Amore and had an unbelievable dinner cooked by Al Popsidorus and Popsidoro, and he is a that I've we've raved about this Amore restaurant forever. If you can go there, the food is fantastic. I don't order. I ordered and I just let him cook. We bring him a bottle to cook with, and he cooks. And this year, everybody the special was duck, so I thought when I order, sometimes I get the special, but not this time. He did a bone-in ribeye that was to die for. That even Super Nash would say, um, yep, that was it. And we stopped off at Greg Schneider's house. So we went to Michter's, then we went to Greg Schneider's house for about a half hour, and then went over to Amore with him, and we all had one of the finest meals that I mean, it's just unbelievable how good of a chef that Al is. So, anyways, so now we're at Bourbon in the Air that night. Everything goes good. And so Friday morning rolls around with the festival, and like I said, I got nothing. And but we were working, and it was really kind of the coolest thing. Um, but on the bus tour, I was able to when we were on the bus tour, I picked up Evan Williams. I picked up the Master Blend because I always do, and I picked up the 12-year also. So this is my first bottle of 12-year. I usually don't get a shot at it, but I this is where I was buying my whiskey this year. So we'll be doing a nice little podcast on the Evan Williams 12-year and Master Blend. I'll set this back down here because I've gotten so that'll back this off a little bit. And then also on the tour, we picked up, I want to say, where is it? It was a whiskey. Is that no? Is that the whiskey thief? No, no, no. Let's see. That's the whiskey thief, right? I picked up this 5th of July, which was really cool. And 2025 release. So I'm looking forward to this being a podcast. I always need another whiskey thief, and I do. It's true. We go through it a lot. Then we stopped off at one point. What day? I think it was. Wow, I gotta remember. Me, Super Nash, and we stopped off um, at Preservation Distillery because that is by the trail. I think we did that after the trail. We just stopped off and tasted because I wanted, and I tasted them all, and I was happy with the Rare Perfection 14, which was my original bottle. So I was able to get that. That will be a podcast. I'll kind of set this off here. I wonder if that, yeah, that's kind of gone. So those are things that I picked up. Also, Rob Samuels gave this bottle here of I gave Super Nash my open bottle, but this right now the Star Hill Farm 2025 wheat whiskey, in my opinion, is one of the best things I tasted so far. So we picked up that bottle. The Neely bottle here was when we were at Neely. Super Nash got me this bottle, this of the bourbon, and this is their Neely Family Distillery Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's called the Neelys. So that's kind of a cool thing that I picked up. So this is about all I had. Oh, when we went to Jim Beam, I picked up this. I love to pick up these little special releases by Freddie. This one is Kentucky Straight. Oh, I don't have anything here because of whatever. But anyways, this was the batch 9, and so that I picked up. Now, I'm trying to. So now we're back. I think we're pretty much to the festival now. So I did also pick up the pick, and so everybody The next podcast thank you, Randy, for PFG. The next podcast, we are going to basically announce our pre-sale of our Maker's Mark Private Select. And at one point, I believe we're going to announce all of next Tuesday, we will announce our Christmas party, the Crystal Glencairn tasting, and all the new packages to join the Crystal Glencairn Club, along with the release of our newest pick that will be coming in a couple months, but I'm going to offer the pre-sale to everyone. So we'll talk about that. I knows this after it's settled in, and it's exactly what I wanted to make. I wanted to make a Maker's Mark I just wanted to accentuate the creme brulee and the caramel. So that's kind of what we did. I'll tell you all about how the staves were selected and everything, but that's the next podcast right there. That'll be what's coming up. So now we go to a lot of people were frustrated. There are people who waited in line 3.5 hours on Friday and got nothing. I didn't wait in line. I was doing the podcast. I was doing everything. I was capturing all the people, all the VIP, all the people getting stuff. VVS was released from Heaven Hill. The line was outrageous, but people stood in it. And the one thing I noticed was the percentage of bottle collectors was up this year, and we'll kind of go over that. So the next day, Saturday, Jim Beam, in my opinion, pretty much saved the. I just think they've saved the festival because they released Knob Creek 21, Booker's, the Reserve 2025. This bowling pin, 8-year, which is really kind of cool. There was another bowling pin that was ceramic and white, but this is their 8-year release. And they released 3 not Jacobs, Hardin's Creeks. And I believe that Hardin's Creek is right here. So there was 3 of them. You could have bought them all. I bought one. I bought Hardin's Creek 1. Now, this Knob Creek 21, I wasn't expecting that. That's amazing. I got to taste this year's first ever Booker's that was finished in I will go into that Booker's that I got in the Reserve. Fantastic. It's very, very good. And then you just get the bowling pin was just, I don't know what to say. To me, it was something that it was reasonably priced and something to get. But that happened on to everyone. There was enough for everyone to get this. The Knob Creek 21 did sell out, and I wouldn't say, but everything else was available and throughout the whole day. So in my opinion, that's when the festival was like, holy crap, I am going to get some decent whiskey. And that's when my whole world kind of lit up. And so I was really excited to be able to pull in the whiskey that we were able to get. So that was really kind of cool. But then, well, the first bourbon in the air, I got the 1776. So let's move the stuff that's all. Oh, and I did get a Jet Brothers from Neely. So that was kind of cool. So let's take that Whiskey Thief. Put that there. Now let's slide the bowling pin back in here. And yes, the Hardin's Creek. I actually different floors of different rick houses. There were all different rick houses, and they were different floors. It was just to show the difference between the same distillate that happens and where did it go? Oh, I put it down. And so that was really kind of a cool thing. So there we go. And then I was able to get this foolproof the night of Bourbon in the Air and talk to Ross. Does anybody know if Ross Cornelison's child has been born? I would like to know. So that was really cool. So then, thinking, I was a little bummed because I love to get cellar aged, but on Sunday we were able to secure a cellar aged because by this time all the VIPs had gotten a cellar age, and so it was available to the general admission, and that was really kind of cool. So I also was able to buy the Kentucky Bourbon Festival pick, so I got that also. So that was kind of cool. Then on the night of Bourbon in the Air, I was able to get this Green River, and it's really cool what it was. They wanted to move out at their tasting room. They wanted to move out this a weeded barrel that was there so they could put something else in. So they did these decanters and filled that. Now, I did also go back. So there you go. That's Green River. And you got these. So then I went back on Sunday and I picked up this bottle, which was the Kentucky Bourbon Festival Chicken Cock pick, single barrel. I had to do it. All Greg Schneider ever talked about was these barrels that he handpicked the staves for and then distilled the whiskey and put it in. And all I could think about ever, and this is a single barrel of one of those barrels that was picked specifically for the festival. So I was not going to miss out on that. So then, or Sunday happens and so we do a Sunday was crazy because Augusta came on the podcast and they did their, I believe Saturday they did the came on early and they did their 17-year release, the 13 and the 10. Now I didn't buy the 17, but the 13 was delicious, and then the 10 was even I think even better. So I picked those two bottles up right from Matt from Augusta. Now on Sunday, things were really cool because at Old Forester, I was able to pick up they're over there. They're smaller. They're the 117 series, which I love. And I was able to pick up two of those after I tasted. And then I went over to the Woodford and remembered I was on this pick for Woodford Reserve Double Oak. And I'm like, I got to get my pick. And I've tasted it. And quite frankly, it's fantastic. I think that's what I'm going to taste tonight. And wow, that's just awesome. So I'm going to we're 9:14. I'm going to put this out there. On Tuesday, we'll be talking about the Maker's Mark, but this is the one. Should I do quickly the old Louisville? Am I up to that? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the old Louisville Whiskey Company. Let's do the old Louisville Whiskey Company barrel bottle breakdown of Woodford Double Oaked, the Kentucky Bourbon Festival pick. And this is something I'll quick do. I'm going to do it. The rating scale, you got to see Amin at Old Louisville Whiskey Company. His experiences are fantastic. He's almost healed, folks. Getting him around the festival was crazy, but he should be almost healed. But you got to check out the Old Louisville Whiskey Company there in there in in Louisville, obviously. You want to get a hold of Amin, and the experience is unlike any other on the Bourbon Trail. So check it out. His whiskeys are fantastic. What he's doing there and his whole story is amazing. So you guys make sure when you're in Louisville to go visit the Old Louisville Whiskey Company. And then uh, the Old Louisville Whiskey Company barrel bottle breakdown. Scale is based off of knocks on the barrel with the bung hammer. You can get up to the categories are taste, nose, body, and finish. For the nose and the body, you can get up to 4 knocks, and for the taste and the finish, you can get up to 5 knocks. And if one's exceptional, you can get a but up. So here we go. Oh my God. It's pure butterscotch. I love this bottle. I mean, it tastes better than what I remember even when we picked the blend. Woodford Double Oak is a blend, and you get to pick from the different blends and decide which ones you want. You pick the blend, and then they bottle that for the festival. So on this nose, I'm going to give it a 4. Let's taste it at 94 proof. The body, so I'm going to give the body a 3. Taste. Taste to me is a 5 with a but up, which is 6. And then the finish is medium. The finish is a 3. 4, 7, a 4, a 3, 7, a 6, 13, and a 3. 6. So 4, 3, which is 7, and 6 and 9 comes out to a 16. So this gets in the Old Louisville barrel bottle breakdown a 16 of 18, and it really is one of my favorites. This will go down as one of my favorites there is. So to finish up the day, we're sitting there. Walker gives Roxy this Forbidden by Marianne, signed by Marianne Eves, which is really kind of cool. She thanks him. He also gave her a tasty apple, a candied apple, Makers, and she came home with the 15-year IW Harper. Thank you, Walker. And then I'm walking out, and Royce Neely comes up and he's like, "This is yours, Tiny." He gives me this bottle of the newest absinthe that's winning the awards. It's the most award-winning American absinthe there is. And I was like, talked to Royce for 10, 15 minutes after that. I thanked him for it, and I will enjoy that. But then um to finish up, Bard Distillery, which we there's no need to go into detail, but there was a little bit of a misunderstanding, and both of us, we made up. uh, oh my God, her first name is eluding me. I want to say it's not there right now, but as I'm leaving, I was honored that she came up and, in good faith, gave me this bottle of Cinder and Smoke, which we will be bar- barrel bottle breaking it down. And this is the bottle that they did for the inauguration, the 2024 inauguration, and she gave me a awesome pin, and I was just dumbfounded. The end of that festival was so amazing. I did interviews with Macaulay. I did interviews with David, with Aaron Harris. I did interviews with David Mandel. I did interviews with um, Dave Bob from Town Branch, and there was one, and then we broke down at Whiskey Thief. I mean, it was just an unbelievable end of the festival, and that kind of shows you come home with this kind of loot. So I'm gonna wrap this up right now, folks. I'm can't help it, but I'm gonna watch it. But we'll see what happens. But tonight, thank you for joining us, and let's see if I can get the right people to say, if I can get that called up. It would be really cool if I actually could. Old Forester. Yep, it's not on that. Let's see. Is it buried in here? What is that one? Nope, that's notes. This is, I was hoping it would be, it's funny. I'll put this over here, but I don't ever, there it is. Nope, it's right here. Nope. I swear I just saw it. Start page, no. It's got to be here. I know it's down here. There's the mail. There's only like one or two more to go. Bardstown. So it's going to be the last thing. Let's see. There it is, the last thing, right? There it is. Okay. But it's the right. Yep, there it is. All right, you guys. It's right here, right? Ready to go. All right. So thanks, everybody. www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and also iHeart, Apple, and Spotify. Whether you listen to us or watch us, make sure that you subscribe and give us good feedback. And then remember, good bourbon equals good times and good friends, especially at Kentucky Bourbon Festival and that week. And then also drink responsibly, don't drink and drive, and live your life uncut and unfiltered. Till the next time. Drinking whiskey on the rocks or sipping on a bar. We left to spend time with our crew. Listen along and find out how that can be you. Spending time with the boys, you don't want to miss us. It's just twice a week. Whether it's Ohio, Kentucky, Milwaukee, or South Carolina, yeah. Listen along, let's have a good time. We make sure to leave the bad times behind. Bourbon is the blood that makes a lifelong bond with our friends and neighbors, even some across the pond. I can't wait until the next time we meet, because I'm always looking for the next bourbon. Yes, please, I'll have it neat. Show me the way to another whiskey bar. Where it be, it won't be too far. Friends and family close, we will never be alone. Remember, it's got your bourbon boy. All right, everybody. Facebook on my side. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on YouTube. And that's great. I would love to put the Packer games on tonight. Anybody want me to dump the? Do you guys want me to dump the? What you call it into the face? Get that into the. Share it in the Facebook group, the thing, and then I'll just turn it over to you guys. Is that what you want? Or are you guys cool with me signing off? Let me know. Let me know. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to get on, and then I'm gonna go watch it. Here we go. Oh, show me the way to another whiskey bar. Where it is, it won't be too far. Copy invitation. Hit the invitation. Control V. Return. This is your chance right now. Whoever's on. I believe I did it. There it is. So if you guys come in, I'm going to give the first person in, I'm going to give them it, and I'm going to get out of here. Let's see. I got a file. Publish to uploading. KBF. There you go. There it is. We're almost ready. Thanks everybody for joining us on YouTube. Decent amount. Oh, you can't get. I actually have the ticket because I'm here. Sorry, over there, you guys can't do that. All right. Don't look like anybody's coming in. So I am going to end it on YouTube. Give everybody a couple more seconds. Let's see. I can do this. Turn this off. That's off. Thank you, everybody. Someone did come in. Is it Randy or is it Walker? Is the question. All right, hold on. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching on YouTube.